Park 1. Lapland New Forest was a short-lived winter wonderland theme park near Rainwood, Hampshire, UK. In 2008, the park had been advertised as being a winter wonderland with a variety of exciting family events such as a Christmas market and a magical tunnel of light, but the majority of the promised attractions either malfunction or were of a very low quality. The park closed after a week following complaints from customers and poor press attention, and the organizers were charged with misleading advertising and sentenced to 13 months in prison. Upon opening on November 28, 2008, the park received a great deal of criticism in the United Kingdom due to the extremely poor quality of its attractions. The nativity scene was a crudely painted billboard that could be seen across a muddy field. The magical tunnel of light was a line of trees with fairy lights dangling from them. The ice rink had melted due to a faulty generator. The log cabins were empty garden sheds. The Christmas market consists of only 4 stalls and required an extra fee to enter. Husky dogs and reindeer were mistreated and tethered in muddy conditions, and Santa's grotto was a very badly decorated cabin. Park 2. Peter Pan's Playground was an amusement park in the coastal resort of Worthing, West Sussex, England, for young children under 11 years of age. Children had to be accompanied by an adult. Park 3. Pleasure Island Family Theme Park was a theme park in Cleethorpes, northeast Lincolnshire, England. It was commonly known as Pleasure Island. The park opened on May 27, 1993. It was originally a subsidiary of Flamingo Land Limited. Pleasure Island became independent of Flamingo Land in May 2010 and was owned and operated by Duosaville Enterprises Limited until closing at the end of the 2016 season. The theme park was split into 6 areas: Africa, themed around Africa, the largest area of Pleasure Island and containing 1 white knuckle ride, Kitty's Kingdom, rides for especially young children. Morocco, themed around Morocco with 3 white knuckle rides, the Alakazam Hydromax and the Hypo Blaster. Old England, themed around England. It contained the park entrance and was the smallest area of Pleasure Island. Spain, themed around Spain and nearly as small as Old England, containing 1 ride and other attractions. White Knuckle Valley, 3 white knuckle rides, the Boomerang, a Vekoma Boomerang roller coaster, the Pendulous, and the Tailback. I'll be using red, purple, blue, green, orange, magenta, and black for 4'7", 4'3", 3'11", 3'7", 3'3", children only, and anyone, respectively. The roller coasters were Boomerang, Mini Mine Train, and Go Gator. Thrill rides were Alakazam, Hydromax, Hyper Blast, Pendulous, Terravac, and Voltor. Family rides, Furry Friends, and Tractor Ride. Flying Chairs, Shrieksville had to be at least 7. Century 2000, Galleon, Dodgems, Woolly Trolley, Walzers, Paratrooper, Carousel, Astra Slide, Razzle Dazzle Lake Boats, Annabelle Train, and Gravitron. Kitty Rides, Tinkerboo Sweet Adventure, Frog Hopper, Mini Dodgems, Kitty's Cove, and Kitty's Roundabouts. Wikipedia had yellow and white for Kitty's Roundabouts, so I went with both orange and black. Anyway, water rides, Falls of Fear and Aquasphere. Other rides not color-coded. Condor, a husk condor stood on the site of Kitty's Cove before being sold at auction. 1001 Nights, replaced by the Galleon. Dreamboat stood where the Hydromax is now. Big Splash, a unique water ride replaced by the Falls of Fear. Crazy Loop, a pinfully looping roller coaster that also previously operated at Flamingo Land under the same name. It is now located in Breen Leisure Park as Bulldog. Full Man Bob, a small Schwarzkopf bobsleigh roller coaster which was replaced by Crazy Loop. Pony Rodeo, a small monorail-like roller coaster themed around riding a horse. Paratower, originally from Drayton Manor Theme Park, was a tall structure that would take riders up for an overhead view of the park. Was scheduled for removal but was only removed after the park sold it for scrap metal. Park 4, Sega World London, was an indoor theme park located inside the London Trocadero in London, England. The venue opened in September 1996 and operated as a joint venture between Tucktonia, then owners of the Trocadero, and Sega. I tried my best doing an impression of the Sega thing. Park 5, Tucktonia, was a late 1970s theme park located on Store Road, Christchurch, Dorset, England. It was officially opened on May 23, 1976 by Arthur Askey. It originally occupied 4 acres of the 21-acre Tuckton Park Leisure Complex. The park was closed down in 1986. The site has since been redeveloped for residential use. Park 6, Wet n Wild, was an indoor water park situated in North Shields, Tyneware, England. It was the United Kingdom's largest indoor water park when opened by Diane Udall Jett on July 19, 1993. A title subsequently claimed by Sandcastle Water Park after its extension in the 2000s. The park was situated in the Royal Quays complex and featured numerous slides, a wave machine, and rapids. The park finally shut in 2019 and remained abandoned until 2024. On November 8, 2024, demolition of the abandoned water park began. In 2012, a Space Bowl slide was ordered, however, the construction did not happen. Project Space Bowl was allegedly planned, but the park never went through with the plan. Park 7, Leith Waterworld, was a leisure pool in Leith, Edinburgh, Scotland. It was built on the site of the former Leith Central Railway Station. It was the only pool in Edinburgh with blooms, and there was also a fast river run. It was closed in January 2012 in order to save funds for the Royal Commonwealth Pool's renovation and reopening. A campaigning group against the closure called Splashback were funded to carry out feasibility studies, but the property has been converted into a children's soft play center. Fun fact, Leaf Waterworld is preserved in digital form in the map TTT_Waterworld in the game Gary's mod, specifically in the game mode Trouble in Terrorist Town, or TTT. I had to add that because I thought it was cool. I sometimes play Gary's mod. Park 8, Loudoun or Loudoun Castle, I don't know, was a theme park set around the ruins of the 19th century Loudoun Castle near Galston in the Loudoun area of Ayrshire, Scotland, United Kingdom. The park opened in 1995 and closed at the end of the 2010 season. Many of the rides at Loudoun Castle have been operated at Dreamland Margate in Kent, when it was owned by Ben Baum Brothers. A few of these rides can be seen in the Only Fools and Horses 1989 Christmas special, The Jolly Boys Outing, in which the Trotters and many other male cast members visit Dreamland Margate. Park 9, the Marine Gardens, was an entertainment complex located in the Portobello area of Edinburgh, Scotland. Park 10. This one has been recently abandoned. March 14, 2025. Oakwood Theme Park, formerly Oakwood Leisure Park, Oakwood Coastal Country, and Oakwood Park, was a theme park located in Pembrokeshire, Wales. Roller coasters, Creepy Crawler, Crocodile Coaster, Megaphobia, Speed No Limits, and Treetops Roller Coaster. Water rides, Skull Rock, Snake River Falls and Waterfall. Flat rides, Dizzy Disc Pirate Ship and Tink's Flying School. Kids rides, Aerodrome, Jolly Roger, Neverland Chase, The Sights of London, and Witch's Brew. Past attractions, Nutty Jake's Gold Mine, Voodoo Mansion, Spooky 3D, Cine 180, Go-Karts, Junior Go-Karts, Assault Course, Jake's Music Hall, Brer Rabbit's Burrow, Circus Clown, Moon Landing, Drenched and Bounce. Other rides, Bobsleigh, Mainline Train, and Vertigo. Park 11, Ocean Beach, was an amusement park in North Wales, which operated from 1954 until September 2nd, 2007. Park 12, Belmont Park, French Parc Belmont, was an amusement park that operated between 1923 and 1983 in the Montreal neighborhood of Cartierville in Quebec, Canada. Park 13, Boblo Island Amusement Park, was an amusement park which operated from June 18, 1898 until its closure on September 30, 1993. Its amusement rides were sold in 1994. Park 14, Crystal Beach Park, was an amusement park in Crystal Beach, Ontario from 1888 to 1989. It was serviced by the Canadiana passenger ferry in Buffalo, making it a popular tourist destination for both Canadians and Americans. Park 15, Crystal Palace, was an indoor amusement park inside the Crystal Palace complex adjacent to the Champlain Place shopping mall in the city of DFA, New Brunswick, Canada, near Moncton. Park 16, Dino Town was a dinosaur theme park in British Columbia, Canada, which operated from 1975 to 2010. Originally located in the Lower Cultus Lake area and close to Bridal Falls in Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada, it opened under the name Bedrock City and based around the Flintstones licensing. It reopened in 1995 under non-licensed dinosaur theming and closed in 2010. From 2011 onward, some temporary downtown exhibits operated in other locations. As of April 2021, they are currently in discussions with multiple Lower Mainland locations, including Vancouver, Surrey, New Westminster, and Richmond to reopen the park on a permanent basis. Park 17. Dominion Park was an amusement park in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, situated between Notre Dame Street near Hague Avenue and the St. Lawrence River in the early 20th century. The park opened on June 2nd, 1906 and was shuttered in 1937, surviving two fires in 1913 and 1919. It was owned by the Montreal Suburban Tramway and Power Company. Park 18. Encounter Creek was the name given to a former amusement park located in New Haven, Prince Edward Island, after it was purchased by Ray and Robin Chase in 1997. Before that, the park was known as Fairyland Forest, founded by Herman Suwester in 1965. Encounter Creek's operations were short-lived, closing a few years after opening. The property was later acquired by the province of Prince Edward Island in 2012 for the construction of a new section of the Trans-Canada Highway. A portion of the former amusement park land, roughly 1 acre, is now the subject of a rezoning application with plans for a monument site and the possibility of private purchase. Park 19. Fantasy Gardens, also known as Fantasy Garden World, was a former amusement park in Richmond, British Columbia that was located at the corner of Steveston Highway and Number 5 Road. Park 20. Hanlan's Point Amusement Park was an attraction on Hanlan's Point on the Toronto Islands that operated from the 1880s until the 1930s. It was regarded as Canada's answer to Coney Island. Park 21. Happy Land Park was an amusement park in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Park 22. Maple Leaf Village is a former amusement park and entertainment complex in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Park 23. The Mill River Fun Park was a Canadian amusement park located in Mill River, Prince Edward Island. Park 24. Ontario Place was an entertainment venue, event venue, and park in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The venue is located on 3 artificial landscaped islands just offshore in Lake Ontario, south of Exhibition Place and southwest of downtown Toronto. It opened on May 22nd, 1971, and operated as a theme park centered around Ontario themes and family attractions until 2012, when the Government of Ontario announced that it would close for redevelopment. It has since reopened as a park without an admission fee, but without several of the old attractions. The Government of Ontario has made a controversial plan to place the 145 acres on a 95-year lease with the Swiss mega spa builder Therme Group without public consultation or environmental assessments.